shoots, and Reed Ellingson comes over and robs Zarnik blind.
Well, hi again, hockey fans. Welcome into week number 5 of CCHA Now. My name is Ben Holden. Good to be with you once again and take a look back at some of the key moments from last weekend and look ahead to what's coming up this week. Now, the reason for the Ohio State jersey, we were thinking here in the CCHA Productions office. Last week, it was an absolute, and it still is an absolute race to the wire. Ohio State was the team that started in first place last Friday. But by the end of Friday, Western Michigan, the Broncos, had beaten Bowling Green. So they were now atop the CCHA standings, leapfrogging Ohio State. And then by Saturday night, the Ferris State Bulldogs, they were atop the CCHA standings. That's where they sit entering play this weekend. A race to the wire indeed. There are 7 teams within 5 points for the CCHA spot atop those standings. Should be a fun finish down the stretch here in the month of February. Reason we're wearing these jerseys, you'll see Jeff Sell wearing one as well when he joins us later in the show. Got an opportunity for you to win 11 different CCHA jerseys autographed by guys that played in the league, now playing in the NHL. We'll have those jerseys available for you as well down at Joe Louis Arena at the CCHA Championship beginning March 16th and the 17th. Let's get now to our top 10 plays of the week. We'll start you off with our number 10 play from this past weekend. And it's in Kalamazoo where J.J. Crew, always well-dressed, undressing the Bowling Green defense here with a toe drag move. Greg Squires bangs it in there in Western's win on Friday night. In at number 9, we take you down to Oxford for Northern Michigan and Miami. This from Saturday night, Reed Ellingson robbing Austin Zarnik. Certainly Walt Kyle's goaltender's got plenty of work this past weekend. In at number 8, we go to the Sioux Lake Superior State in overtime. They're trying to kill off a 5-on-3, and they get the job done. Their goaltender, Kevin Kapelka, the CCHA goaltender of the week, with some great work here. They say your goaltender's got to be your best penalty killer, and Kevin certainly was, helping Lake Superior State kill off that 5-on-3 in overtime. Up to Fairbanks we go. TJ Tynan will get popped in the open ice, but then watch him be resilient, skates up the left wing. He'll get it back, and he'll go tic-tac-toe on the scoring play in a 4-2 Notre Dame victory on Saturday night. In at number 6, back to the Sioux, Dan Radke, the young man out of San Jose, California, goes shelf to seal the deal in the shootout for the Lakers against Ohio State. Lake Superior State, folks, they have a CCHA best 4 shootout wins. And we'll get you plays 5 through 1 a little bit later here on CCHA Now. Moving on now, something we unveiled for you last week, our CCHA Productions crew did. It's, well, goaltenders from around the CCHA telling the stories behind their masks and telling the stories about the paint jobs on their masks. Those goaltenders, they've got a lot of good ideas. And here's Jeff Sell with this week's installment right now on CCHA Now.
Jacques Plante was the first goaltender in the NHL to wear a mask on a regular basis way back in the 1950s. And this week we take a look at a goaltender, Andrew Hammond of Bowling Green. He pays homage to his tradition and history for the Falcons and also leaves room for various nicknames on his mask.
He kind of gave it to me, saying I was kind of stealing some goals and stuff. So now I have the hamburger on my helmet with stealing some pucks instead of some hamburgers. So.
And keeping it now with the traditional theme, we now take a look at senior goaltender Sean Hunwick's mask of the Michigan Wolverines. He incorporates very traditional and classic Michigan themes into his mask.
A couple block abs, and then we got the Wolverine on the side. Trying to look as fierce as you can being a Wolverine, I guess.
Moving forward now, let's get to our CCHA Players of the Week. For that, we turn to our good friend, Jeff Sell.
Thanks, Ben. And the CCHA Players of the Week for this week, starting off with the post-game Offensive Player of the Week. Those honors go to Ferris State's Derek Graham. He had 3 assists in a weekend sweep over the Michigan State Spartans. The Gladiator Defenseman of the Week, that goes to Zach Trotman of Lake Superior. He had 11 blocked shots this weekend and also scored the game-tying goal in a 4-4 tie, ultimately ending in a shootout win for the Lakers on Saturday night. And the goaltender of the week in the CCHA, also a Laker. This goes to Lake Superior State's Kevin Kapelka. He stopped a total of 75 shots over the weekend against Ohio State and also boasted a .949 save percentage. And lastly, the Gong Show Rookie of the Week for the CCHA goes to Blake Coleman of the Miami Redhawks. He scored a goal and blocked a shot in a 2-1 loss to Northern Michigan on Friday and also added another 2 assists on Saturday night. And those are this week's CCHA Players of the Week. And for CCHA Now, I'm Jeff Sell. Now back to you, Ben.
Well, thanks a lot, Jeff. And moving on now, let's get you to the USCHO.com poll this week. 7 CCHA teams represented. And for the Ferris State Bulldogs, they're doing some serious representation. They make the biggest jump of any of the CCHA teams. They are up 4 spots to number 6. They also got 1 first-place vote. Michigan, they move up 1 to number 7. Notre Dame drops 4 down to 8. Ohio State down 4 to number 10. Western Michigan, they go down into the 16 spot due to the Western Michigan Broncos. Miami is down 1. In Northern Michigan, the Wildcats stay the same after a split down in Oxford, Ohio. Well, one of the many great features that our CCHA production staff offers right here on CCHA Now and on CCHA.com are rewind segments. And this week, we look back at a matchup in 1993, January of 93, in fact, between Alaska and Western Michigan. These two teams will play this weekend in Kalamazoo. But first, let's go back and take a look at what happened in this game, a Saturday afternoon game in Alaska when the Nanooks were coached then by Don Lucia.
Wayne Ccha, his 3rd power play goal of the year. Shot had just enough on it to carry through. There's the read, there's the pass, got the defense beat, defense split, and in it goes.
And just a snippet there of this week's CCHA Rewind. Full versions are available on CCHA.com every Thursday morning. Well, crunch time, race to the wire as we've touched on here in the show. And let's look now at the matchups coming up this weekend. Certainly some marquee games. Michigan State down in Columbus to take on the Buckeyes. Bowling Green is in South Bend on Friday. Alaska, as we touched on, in Kalamazoo. Miami and Michigan should be a fun series at Yost. Ferris State in Northern Michigan. And Lake Superior has the weekend off from CCHA play. They take on the U.S. National Team Development Program up in the Sioux. On Saturday, Michigan State and Ohio State teed up again in Columbus. Bowling Green at the Compton Family Ice Arena. Alaska and Western Michigan. Miami and Michigan, 7:35 start time at Yost on Saturday. And Ferris State and Northern Michigan up at the Berry Event Center. The TV schedule this weekend in the CCHA, all eyes will be on Miami and Michigan. Fox Sports Detroit Plus has the game on Friday. And then I'll be joined on Saturday on CBS Sports Network by Dave Starman and Shireen Saski for the call of Michigan hosting the Miami Redhawks. Let's get you now to our top 5 plays of the week. A lot of excitement, a lot of clutch moments that are in this top 5 right now. And we'll start with number 5. And for that, we take you up to Sault Ste. Marie. Max McCormick, a very talented freshman out of the state of Illinois, an Ottawa Senators draft pick. And if the scouts were on hand on Saturday night, they were very impressed. He had 3 goals in the Buckeyes' tie with Lake Superior State. In at number 4, Alaska's Cody Kunik, apparently watching Patrick Kane. Not one deke move, but about 4 of them, and a great bag of tricks from Cody Kunik there to get the goal against Notre Dame. In at number 3, Tyler Grahn just undressing Will Weber, gets the game-winning goal in Friday's 2-1 win down in Oxford. Northern Michigan, good success against Miami this season. They took 3 of 4 games against the Redhawks. Up to Big Rapids we go. Friday night action. The offensive player of the week, Derek Graham. Look at him dangle the entire Michigan State team. Oh, he gets his way into the slot, but TJ Schlueter will get the goal, and a great effort by him and a great effort by Graham and the Bulldogs, taking 2 for Michigan State. And our number 1 play of the week, Trenton's own former Michigan Mr. Hockey winner Cam Watala. Watch him on the side of the goal. He flips the puck into midair and bats it in. Some terrific hand-eye coordination. Cam Watala getting our number 1 play of the week. Well, that's a wrap on this edition of CCHA Now for week number 5. We'll drop the puck on an all-new edition next week right here on CCHA.com. Just a reminder, you can always follow us on Facebook and Twitter. You can go to the website as well. And we want to remind you on the website, details about the upcoming Hockey Day in Michigan, which is on February the 18th. Great details at CCHA.com. Thanks to all of our crew. We appreciate their efforts. Couldn't do it without them. My name is Ben Holden. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. And as we say so long for this week, we'd like to give some shout-outs to our student ambassadors around the CCHA. And this week they are from Alaska, Jeff Buckley, Allison Schiffer from Bowling Green, and from Michigan, Carly Pilarski. And last but not least, from Ohio State, Andrew Schwepfinger. Until next week, so long.